What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Everything Money live stream. The markets, well, not the markets. The Dow is up. S&P is down. NASDAQ is down big. What are the biggest leaders on the NASDAQ that are leading things down, Mo? Do you know?
Things down. ASML down 9.9%. ELV, I don't know what that is.
Oh, yeah, ASML.
Yeah,
we just did a video on that one the other day.
AMAT is down 7%.
Applied Materials.
What's positive? Intel's up 4.2%. AbbVie up 2.75%.
You see Hans' message?
US Bank 4.25. All right.
No, the one above it.
All right.
Yeah. So it's crazy out there. NVIDIA, is it down? Alta's down 2%. I just sold some puts this morning on Alta at lower prices. So we'll see how that goes. What was that?
Let's go see what ASML reported. Oh, snap. Oh, my gosh.
Okay.
ASML, estimate of earnings, $3.99. Based on this, do you think they beat or missed?
They obviously beat.
Yeah, they beat. $4.36. That's a big beat. That's almost 10%.
Wow.
On the revenue side, $6.49 billion was the estimate. 6.8 billion was the actual.
All right. So first off, Hans, to your message, email help at Everything Money. We're getting the emails and they are full of text and everything shows up. So maybe it's on your end, but email, and we want to see what your email is. So ASML beat on earnings, beat on revenue, and they're down. I think it's something about, didn't Trump come out saying something, or Biden's going, there's some story about, supporting versus not supporting chip makers and all this stuff. So I think that's the reason why it's down.
Yeah, it's down nearly 11% right now.
Okay. Let's see. I
know Johnson & Johnson reported this morning. They're up a little over 2.5%. They beat on top and bottom line.
Meta's down 3% to 474. Cool. It just has to drop 50, 60 more percent to get to the point where anyhow. Yeah, this is great stuff. Well, okay, how do I need to put this down below theater mode. There we go.
Basically every bank that I've searched so far beat. They reported between last week and this week, but every single one of them.
So I think for banks, I think what's really important is to go out there and see how are their loans to consumers doing? Are there increasing delinquencies, et cetera? U.S. economy is 68. The GDP is 68 or 70% consumer consumption. So you have to sit there and understand where the consumer is right now, because everybody feels very rosy. And again, this is not being a fudster. And remember, I don't think you should make any. I just sold puts on Alta. If I really cared that the consumer was doing weaker, I wouldn't have sold puts on Alta. I would have waited. You know what I mean? But obviously, I'm sitting there saying, listen, I still think it's a decent price at the put I sold it for. I think you can make the argument that even today's price is a pretty good price for Alta Beauty. I think it's pretty interesting out there.
Meta's down 5 days in a row. It started out $535, and it is now at $472. It's a pretty big drop in 5 days.
Oh, yeah. D-Wiz in the house. I love that you guys are all interacting with Dalton in our community. And for those of you who are not part of our community, we talk about it in every video on our main channel. We are making behind the scenes changes right now that will limit the software you get. So if you go in there, if you click the link that we're going to post in here and join the community now, you get all the software forever, never taken away from you, because when we make these changes, at some point here in the near future, we're going to be piecing off the software. By the way, real estate calculator is looking great. We're starting a real estate channel soon, and I'm starting to look into doing my own flips. And these are things that I'm going to talk about on the real estate channel as well, not just investing in multifamily. I'm talking about flipping houses. So I'll be my own little house flipper. That'll be some good content, don't you think, Mo? Mm-hmm. You want to come with me to some of these house flips?
Sure. I'll be the handyman. Just get me a belt.
What happens when you go back to Florida?
Yeah, you're on your own.
Well, I don't like this whole Florida business.
That's basically as reliable as any other handyman.
That's true. You know what's funny about that, Mo? I had a great handyman that was coming to our house, our new house, and doing a great job, but he was so unreliable. And I texted him after we were done. I said, I'm not going to say his name. I said, listen, Bob. His name's not Bob. I said, you're a great human being. He's so nice, so awesome. We loved him the second we met him. You do great work. Everything he does, it is top notch. Unreliable.
Just
to
show your phone and show up when you say you're going
I said,
to.
you will make so much. Look at my house flipping. I could literally give him 4 flips a year, and he would probably himself make 50 grand a year in profit just doing that. But it's the reliability. And guys, I don't just mean it about real estate. I mean about everything in life. If you're reliable, you get hired. That's it. That is all you need. If you're reliable, if you do what you say you're going to do when you're going to do it, you will never, ever, ever, ever be out of work. And if you have your own business, have no work. Trust me on this one. There's a contractor in town, the most expensive builder in Cleveland. When I say most expensive, by far, but he is the most reliable. Yeah. And people pay it. When I say by far, like literally double, at least double or triple the cost.
It's insane.
And people build $50 million homes in Cleveland using him. Another contractor would charge them probably $20 million. And they literally hire him for $40 million or more. And I'm not kidding. And this is not a joke at all. So expensive. I think he would have cost me triple what I spent.
I agree.
And the funny thing is, I probably shouldn't say this here. I think my contractor thinks it was like $100,000 difference. I was like, no. But this is what I mean, guys. Oh, man. Oh, my God. Fabi wanted at $8 a month. Good for you. Hey, Brad, how's it going, man?
Another big mover is United Healthcare. So they reported earnings this morning, but over the last 7 trading days.
Was it yesterday? Yesterday they reported.
$485 a share 7 days ago. Today they're at $566. 7 days. What's going on? This is all-time highs. Let's see.
Yeah, but then you sit there and talk about Meta.
Yeah, all-time highs.
And Meta drops, it goes the other way too.
Yeah. All-time highs for United Healthcare.
What is Paul's net worth? What do you think it is, Mr. Potato? I'll give you one guess, and if you're within 10%, I will Venmo you $100.
Wow.
All right? Or Cash App you or whatever. What do you think my net worth is? If you're within 10%, I will give you $100.
Billions.
And I'm going to go based on my brother's recent estimate to me. I said, but I said, just tell me, because I don't find out my net worth ever anymore. This will be interesting to find out. Mr. Potato. Mr. Potato. He's worth at least $6. That's so far off, Mr. Potato. Nope, not even close. Not even close. Sorry, I should have had you pay me $100.
Seriously.
I should have written it down here, and then to verify it, I would have sent that. What is that name? William Gerby Bevilacqua?
Where am I seeing this?
You said not any close. Is it higher or lower?
What? It's higher. Paul's net worth $667 million. There is I'm not going to say who it was, but there is somebody who nailed it on the head, according to my brother. Mr. Potato, significantly more. Starts Venmoing people as well.
That's funny.
Amanda, everything money alone is worth over $10 million. Now, granted, I have partners, but still, everything money alone is worth over $10 million. Okay, so earnings season's coming out. I keep talking about banks, and they keep crushing on everything. I want to look, and it's funny. My PR person emailed me yesterday and said, "Paul, what do you know about banks and earnings?" I'm like, listen, investing in banks is a totally different thing. It's not just cash flow, net income, all that stuff. It's not that at all. You've really got to understand how to analyze a bank. It has to do with how much they charge in interest, their cost to operate, their return on equity, book value. It's all these different things.
When it came to banks, remember when the regional bank stuff happened last year? And Schwab fell like ridiculous amount?
Yeah.
I just bought a ton.
Did you really?
Yeah. Because I was like, this is stupid. This is dumb.
What'd you buy it at?
I have to look. But it's up over 100% at this point. But it was just so stupid.
Jim, I will be your friend. I will be your big money friend. Down. Man, what's going on with our Chipotle thing? Oh, you haven't? Oh, man, I can't wait to do this. Because I went to do Chipotle yesterday, and I was like literally, I was like, okay, so first off, I went to Chipotle last night. I want to tell a story. I went to Chipotle last night, and you walk in, and the first thing they said to me is, here's what we don't have. Luckily, everything that I get, they had. Oh, no, except for fajita. They didn't have fajita. Then I go to the register and I'm going to eat there, right? I go to the register. I'm like, yeah, I'll take a large drink. Like, yeah, our software drink machine is down. I had to go to the gas station across the street, get a Coke Zero, and go sit in a parking lot and eat in my car. And I'm like, damn you, Chipotle.
So inconsistent.
All right, we're done guessing my net worth. I will say somebody did nail it on the head.
Like exact or close?
Exact what Mikey told me.
Wow.
You know my net worth, don't you, Nick? I'm not Nick. Tim, you have a ballpark idea.
Yeah, I think it was Hans that was right.
Where's Hans?
Was it
667 million? Is that what he said? There's no way I'm worth $667 million. No chance. I'll have your people call my people and arrange lunch. Jim, where do you live? I'd get lunch with you. You seem funny.
Who was it that nailed it on the head?
I don't want to say because then they'll tell my number. Listen, the bottom line is...
Guessing?
What was that? Yeah, that is the point of guessing. The bottom line is I stopped looking at my net worth. My brother does because we deal with banks all the time and he handles all that. And the other thing is, guys, I really felt like I was too consumed by my net worth. Once I used retirement calculator, I swear to God on this one, guys, they will verify. I once asked them who uses retirement calculator the most in our entire software. I was number one. And the point is, I've got tens of millions of dollars and I still use retirement calculator. And guess what? I will never, ever retire. But the point of it is, it allowed me to sit there and say, I'm going to have everything I need. Even if I make, I think I did the numbers where even if I made 5% a year the rest of my life and stopped working today, I would never run out of money. So it started to put things in perspective for me of saying, why do you care so much? Because it was just like this ego thing. But it also helps me now deciding, do I want this? Is it worth the aggravation to do this? Like flipping houses. I talked about flipping houses, right? I'm worried about flipping houses and me getting aggravated with it because it is tough to deal. But the way I'm going to flip houses is it's going to be very cookie cutter. It's going to be like, this is always the kitchens we put in. These are always the cabinets. These are always the floors. This is everything we do in every single house very consistently. That way, when my crew goes in, they know exactly what to do. I don't want to have to deal with making decisions. No, we're not going to do expensive homes. We're not going to do $1 million flips. We're going to focus on houses we can buy for 100, 200, 300,000 each, put 100, 200,000 into them and sell them for $400 to $600,000. But if it starts becoming an aggravation for me because of my desire to enjoy life, I'm not going to do it anymore. That's just although for the real estate channel, I really do want to do it. Don't we want to, Nick?
So it's got to be, I don't know how to pronounce his name. It's got to be Uraj. That's right.
Where's Raj? No, it's not Uraj.
It's Fabiwan?
Fabiwan said 27 or 40. That's all I'm going to say. It is one of those.
Yeah, but... So I know you've said like what your cash is. I just was trying to accumulate what the debt was on the real estate.
Well, net worth, it takes off the debt.
Right, exactly. So that's what I was trying to, yeah.
Yeah. Listen, the bottom line is I have more than I need. And that's after splitting with my brother too. Mikey was a millionaire in high school. Stoyan, it's very funny you mentioned this. I've been talking to my wife about this, my fiance, about changing the world. And I think that, I'm not going to have any kids. I'm going to have grandkids and I'm going to leave them money, but it's not going to be enough money for that. Like it's going to be enough for them to retire. That's my goal. It's just to leave them enough so that at the age of 55 or 60, they can retire, but it's not even going to be given to them. It's going to be whatever you save, I will match. So I used to change on that one. Like before, I used to think, okay, if I'm worth $5 billion when I die, then I'm going to leave all my money to my heirs. Not anymore. So I've now started thinking to myself, how can I use that money? If I leave, if I have 10 grandkids and I leave them each, $2 or $3 million in today's dollars, that's 20 or 30 million. But in future dollars, maybe that's $100 million to 150 million. Then what do I do with the rest of the money? That's what I have to decide. I'm not necessarily going to change the entire world, but it's about deciding how do you, I really like my high school and I'd really love to be able to leave them enough money where a lot of kids can go for free. Not kids like me, but kids who need to go for free. You know what I mean? So anyhow. Oh, Brad, if I start over again with $100,000 saved, I'd probably put 50 grand in an S&P ETF and put 50 grand towards a real estate deal. And every single year I would just save and add to both. Listen, you can make so much money by dollar cost averaging an ETF and doing real estate deals in one house a year. You'd be worth $10 million plus in 30 years, 40 years. My parents are super tight with money. My parents are super tight with money. They think I'm frivolous. They think I'm a frivolous spender. They think I'm insane. And I save vast majority of what I make. That's what I'm doing, Amanda. How does Amanda know about Walsh?
I don't know.
Man, did you go to Walsh? Are you another person that went to Walsh that we don't know about?
You said it.
Hans, do you see Hans's comment? Mo's not worth the 700 million because he didn't short the market. Touche. Oh God, I would never move to Iraq. That's true, Dalton. Dalton. So Dalton's our analyst. I hired him to find me investments under $2 billion. I've bought 2 or 3 of them. But he pitches me all these deals, and he's like, Paul, this is definitely up your alley. I look at him like, that's not up my alley at all, Dalton. But I trust Dalton's process. And I just told him yesterday, I said, Dalton, we got to change how we do this. I think I'm just going to give Dalton X amount of dollars and say, you're in charge of this money, and I'm going to pay you a performance fee on it. Because I don't want to deal with him pitching me some company that is up my alley, and it's like 18 years of cash flow like this. And I'm like, this is not up my alley.
I don't want to see it.
Oh, your husband went to Walsh. What year, Amanda?
Cool.
No way. Are you local, Amanda? I see we're talking about Walsh Jesuit. And by the way, that's what I'm talking about. I want to give a lot of money to Walsh Jesuit. They already know that, though.
I don't want to give any money to any school.
Well, that's because you went to public schools, and no public school deserves any donation.
Even if I went to a private school. Actually, it's funny.
What?
It's so funny.
I want to tell a funny story about that.
One of my favorite comments ever was when I did the golf outing for Walsh.
Yeah.
And I was the cigar sponsor. And I was like, don't worry. The public school people always have to be funding the private schools. It's okay.
Well, so my fiance and her entire family obviously went to public school. So whenever we're at dinner and I say something and they go, what? I go, I'm sorry. I keep forgetting you guys went to public school. Let me speak slower. And by the way, that's not really what I feel. I think it's all about the home. I always joke with people and say I would have turned out the same way whether I went to public school or private school. But whenever kids used to come to my door. So back when I first built my house in 2008 or something like that. Oh, your husband graduated in 81? Oh my God, I was born in 81. Okay. So I thought, Amanda doesn't look that, I mean, she looks, well, I can't really tell. Anyways, so I bought this new house. I built this new house, the house that Mo just had. And these kids come to my door. And they're like, hi, we're here. We're selling candy bars for our school. I just look at them and go, public or private? And they go, it's a public school. I go, okay, kids, let me tell you why I'm not going to give you the money. So I went on this tirade on these like 9-year-olds. And I'm like, listen, you guys get funding from taxes that I barely get to control. You guys spend it frivolously. Then you guys waste the money, all this stuff I'm not going to give to a public school. So I'm like, sorry, kids, talk to you later. I closed the door. So one of the kids, I knew the father. I didn't know it was his kid. I get an email the next day. Did you give my daughter a lecture about public versus private school, and that's why you wouldn't donate? Yes, I did. He's like, okay, just wanted to make sure. I'm like, yes, because I guess she came home and said, hey, this guy said he wouldn't give to us because and when a kid comes to my door and I go public or private, they go private. I go, what are you selling? I just buy it because private schools have to operate like a business. Public schools don't, and that always bothers me. So I'm like, listen, private school, Walsh starts in the hole every year, $1.2 million, which by the way, I always tell Walsh, you guys are crazy. Just charge the fucking money. And the kids who can pay it will pay it. And the kids who can't pay it, you weren't charging them anyhow. It's stupid. And they don't believe with me when I do that. What is my asset allocation? Real estate, stocks, businesses. It's about a third, I would say. Now, well, stocks being cash too. Oh boy. The bill that Gavin just signed. By the way, what was the deal with Elon saying he's moving because of this bill? He's not moving because of that bill. He's moving because of taxes.
Yeah, but it sounds way better for this.
It's stupid. See, I don't agree. I think he should have stuck for the business reason, saying California is becoming unreasonable for taxes and it's anti-business, and that's why we're moving.
But he already did that with his other companies. Now he can make another stance. Spread it out.
Okay. Oh, Brad just brought that question up. Yeah. Any other questions I missed? Oh, I don't think, Emily, I don't think the upcoming election is going to affect the stock market. Is this the first time we've had at least 2 females in our live stream.
I think so.
We never, by the way, our female demographic has increased. We went from 96% men to 89% men.
Oh.
So our female demographic has almost tripled.
Nice.
That's incredible. NVIDIA, I still think is overpriced. I think it's a great company. I think they're doing great things. I just think every investment's the present value of all future cash flow. And to get the return that you need today to even match the market, NVIDIA's got to grow at what I could consider to be an unreasonable expectation. Chessel, I would do, if you're learning how to do individual stocks, I would do ETFs on use retirement calculator. Whatever amount of money you need to retire, whatever you need to save, I'd put in ETFs and dollar cost average. Anything on top of that, if you want to learn how to buy individual stocks, take a portion of that, put it in a separate account, and learn a process that makes sense to you and do individual. That's how I started with buying individual stocks. I was ETFs, then started to portion off a little bit, and then now I'm 100%. By the way, there are times I think to myself, should I just do ETFs and focus on everything money and real estate? Because if I crush it in stocks, what am I going to beat by? 2 or 3% a year, which is a lot. That's if I crush it, because it's really hard to beat the market. So I look at it going, do I even need to try? Luckily, I have the benefit. I think I'll do well because I have the benefit of when a stock falls in half, I have zero fear. I just go, okay, sounds good. I'm a whole woman, Bible told me so. There you go. Intel and Palantir. I think Intel is Mo, wouldn't you agree with me? Intel's like a long-term bet. It's a turnaround bet.
Very long-term.
And it's either going to work or it's probably going to be not the best. But I think what's it at right now? I don't even
36.
know. Okay. So I think for me, sub 35 for me is a really good deal on Intel. But again, that's assuming they just grow from here steadily, which I think they will. Palantir, I think it's a great company with a great balance sheet. I hate Alex Karp. I think he's a psychopath, but it's got a great balance sheet, and I just think it's too expensive right now. That's it. But I think it's a company to keep your eye on. Oh, Lyle, for real. Why do you ask me these hard questions? Are you comfortable putting 100K lump sum into VU at all-time highs? My personal opinion.
How old are you?
What was that?
How old are you?
Well, also, how much money do you have? Do you have anything else invested, et cetera? But studies have shown that doing lump sum is better than dollar cost averaging when you have a big chunk of money. With that said, I wonder how that would appear at these all-time valuations. Forget about all-time highs, all-time high on valuation. I personally, I might be getting a big check in 4 months. As I put the money in the market, it's going to be slowly over time. That's my opinion. But remember, per our conversation earlier, I have more than I need. I don't need to kill it. I'm going to get 5.2% on that cash. I'm going to sell cash secured puts, probably making me an extra 3 or 4%. It's all depending on your situation. Studies have shown that lump sum is better, but that's over lots and lots of, we're at a very extreme market valuation right now. Brad, what the fuck? Did you see what Brad just wrote?
No.
Every time Daddy Powell speaks, I think he should lose the first line, the last line, all the other lines, and instead just walk up to the mic and meow really loudly for 6 minutes. Where the hell did you get that from?
I have no clue.
Okay, thank you, Paul. No problem. Oh, pension, good. I do think, I think everybody should be ETFing into low-cost ETFs. But picking stocks is fun. So I would take a portion of your money and just start picking stocks. It's wonderful. It's so fun to pick a company and go, okay, the stock, but you got to be ready for the stock to fall. If you can't stomach a stock falling 50% where the fundamentals are the same or better, you shouldn't buy it. Lulu is interesting. Lulu has fallen a lot lately, hasn't it, Mo?
Yeah, I have it on my screen right now.
Oh, do you? Pull up a screen.
This is the last time we did this, which was very recently. I think it was like last week or something. Oh, June 5th, maybe not last week. Prices range from $195 to about $500, $315 in the middle.
What's it at right now?
It's at $292. It's on my watch list at $280.
Oh, wow. Is that your buy at $280 or start looking further and sell
Start
puts?
looking further.
Yeah.
Because if I put margin of safety in here, let's see what this does. Yeah, now it takes it 168 low, 315 high, 232 middle. I bet I would start buying around 250 or 240. So 280 is still the price for me to start looking.
NASDAQ's now down 2.24. Dow is still up. S&P is down 1%. Wowzer. We might be doing a 24/7 video today, Tim.
Let's pull up the heat map.
China.
Let's look at it.
Let's look at that.
This is what happens when China starts going. NASDAQ slides them in. China curb fears. What exactly is this?
Here's the heat map.
U.S. export.
Wow. NVIDIA's down 6%. Apple's down. I should change this color now.
Trump's stance on Taiwan. Do they know Trump's not the president?
So big companies, guys, big companies are down big. That's what's driving this. And they're all NASDAQ. That's interesting. Oh, wow. Intel's up 5% today? Why is Intel up 5%? Oh, because of the chip stuff. That's right. Banks, look at financials, all up, basically, except for PayPal. Yippee! PayPal. Wow, look at this. Real estate's crushing it. Utilities is crushing it.
NVIDIA is down 6%.
Yeah, Echo.
Did you talk about Taiwan Semiconductors?
I didn't.
7%.
Where's that? AMD's down 7.5%. Where's Taiwan Semiconductor?
Oh, I'm looking at Yahoo Finance. I'm trying to read these articles.
Oh, Uber is down 4.5%. This is interesting. This is fun. I like red days. They're much more fun to me. I have no idea what's going to happen. Guys, all I know is buying good companies at great prices is like an addiction to me. Same with buying real estate. I just look at it going, okay, great. Just keep buying more. I don't think PayPal is a bank. Good. Yeah, I always say the same thing. I don't even know how to pronounce this name. Giraffin. Paul, what do you think about Main Street Capital? I don't know anything about them, Chesil. What do you think about GEV? I don't know anything about GEV either. I'll buy Micron under 70. Hey, you should talk to Dalton in the community, Stoyan, about Micron, because he did a lot of research on Micron. That was something he talked about a lot today. I mean, not today, when he first started working for us. Let's see how Jim Cramer said real men invest in stocks, not ETFs. Oh boy. You know, I watched yesterday. It was pretty funny. I guess Kevin Hart got the Mark Twain Award for comedy or something like that. And it was on Netflix. It was pretty funny.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like a comedy skit?
No, it's like all these guys.
Show or something?
It's kind of like it's kind of like they're giving him an award, but all these people kind of come out and roast him too. It's pretty funny. Brad, yeah, you're probably right on money, fear, and hunger. I don't know when the bear market's going to happen, if it ever will.
It won't.
Saul's back, baby. Welcome back, Saul.
Verizon, or I wouldn't.
Verizon and AT&T have lots of debt. They have a lot of debt, and that just worries me incredibly on those kind of companies. For me, I just don't like the balance sheets enough for me to make a play on them. That's just my opinion. I'm sure based on that, there's probably some sort of way of like taking a look at it and understanding it.
Walgreens.
Andre, I don't know what the Russell does, but small caps are becoming a lot more favorable as of late. Yeah, I was totally wrong on Walgreens, and I just got totally lucky on Walgreens. Totally lucky. With that said, I do think Walgreens is interesting. I just don't think I'm willing to do it because I don't think it's a stock I'm going to have for a long period of time. I don't think they're going under.
I guess I wouldn't be surprised.
Really?
I mean, yeah, they have really.
Are you just listening to the recent news is why you wouldn't be surprised?
No, I mean, looking at the financial situation they've got themselves into, just because you have a strong footprint doesn't mean you're going to be around forever.
That's 100% true. CVS, well, I do think CVS is the better play than Walgreens. Mm-hmm. That's my opinion. I do think the Mag 7 is not going to do well. I don't think I think I'd love for somebody, just write it down right now. What's the Mag 7 stock prices as of right now with their market cap, number of shares outstanding? Write it down somewhere in an email and then remind yourself, put a reminder in your phone for 5 years from now to see how it performed versus the market. My guess is it's not going to do as well. Because when you have extreme overvaluation of one area, you got to have The pendulum swings, guys. Now, I've been saying that since the bottom of COVID, right? And I thought COVID was the start of a longer bear market. Boy, was I wrong. Big lots going under. Are they officially going under?
I don't know.
Well, Jerry just wrote that. And by the way, look at that one. I wanted big lots at 11. Gary talked me out of it.
You go to 50 or something?
It went to like 70. And now it's at like $3 or $2 a share. Yeah, we do need more red days. Oh, Lyle for real. Great question. When you look at a balance sheet, do you only consider cash and cash equivalents as company assets when comparing to liabilities? That's the conservative way to do it. The problem with the longer term at the bigger assets, there's goodwill in there, there's buildings. I do think those matter, not goodwill. But to be conservative, what cash do they have to handle those liabilities? Then I also look at the free cash flow. On their long-term liabilities, can their free cash flow moderately handle that? That's important to me. Yeah.
Big Lots did say that they're warning investors that they won't be around much longer.
Seriously? That was Gary saying to me, Paul, would you be surprised if Big Lots was gone in 5 years? I go, I kind of would. He goes, yeah, I wouldn't. And he was right.
This is from the SEC filing. Substantial doubt about the company's ability to continue as a going concern. That's what Big Lots said.
Wow. Interesting. Chesil, email help and everything. I think it's on there. After the 7-day trial, how much the monthly subscription for your community? Well, there's a monthly and a yearly option. The yearly option, if you pay up front, is like a 60% discount. What's the discount for the yearly option versus? 50% discount. So it's a 50% return on your money. That's a 50% return on your money. What is goodwill? Goodwill is basically garbage. If you buy a company with a book value is being assets minus liabilities of $10, and you pay $15 for it, your goodwill is $5. It's basically whatever you overpaid for versus the book value. It doesn't mean you overpaid. It just means, so they put on their balance sheet as like, oh, it's goodwill. It's garbage. It's like striking out of there. Now, it also depends on the company. Do I care what Microsoft and Meta and Apple own in buildings? No, I don't give an F. I don't care if they have $10 billion in buildings. That's nothing compared to their market cap. I care about the cash that I can use right then and there to pay off debts. If I were to buy one of the Magnificent Seven at this time, what would you choose? Oh, Google.
Google's at all-time highs.
I think it's overpriced right now.
It's probably
the
cheapest.
The least overpriced out of all of them.
$180.
Goodwill equals you're not a good value investor. Yeah, Goodwill's garbage. Do I like Celsius? I've been seeing a lot of them on Celsius. I haven't looked at them at all.
Never had one of those.
Yeah. You buy your ice cream? Oh, your expired ice cream. Let's pull up a balance sheet. Balance sheet is I think the hardest one to understand. But let's pull up Microsoft's balance sheet. Total current assets, $147 billion. Now look at their buildings and improvements, $68 billion. Machine, furniture, all that stuff. So gross property, plant, and equipment, that's a lot, $178 billion. But what is this $178 billion worth today? It could be way higher. Because remember, guys, if you buy a building for $1 million and it goes up in value to $3 million, it still shows up as $1 million less your depreciation. So there could be a lot of value hidden in those. But I think at $3 trillion market cap, it's kind of like, maybe. And here's goodwill, $68 billion. $68 billion. That's funny. Long-term investments and other long-term, just understand what those are. They could be investments in other companies, etc.
This is great.
What?
There was an interview with Trump on June 25th that was published yesterday. And he said that Taiwan should pay us for defense. And that's the reason that everything's happening right now.
Just like Mexico's going to pay for the wall. Yeah. Siva, you know what's funny? I think now gold is a good investment. You know what's funny? When I was buying gold miners, when gold was at 1,1800, people thought I was absolutely stupid. Now gold's starting to gain some momentum. I'm not saying it's going to keep going, but GDX and GDXJ are the miners I have because I don't just buy the commodity. I want to buy the businesses that make money off the commodity. And I think my covered calls are getting smoked right now, according to Dalton. Thanks, Dalton, for nothing. What else you guys want to talk about? These are fun conversations. 10:35 already. Wow. Guys, if you're not part of the community, join it. Click the link. Nick's going to put it in the chat right now. It's a great community. We're making it all about you guys. And if you join now, you get all the tools forever, because soon we're going to be taking away tools for the entire package or greatly increasing the price to get all the tools. It'll literally at least double probably. So make sure you do that sooner rather than later. I haven't looked at 10 cents, but Mamadi, you might want to talk to Dalton about that in the community. He's Wicked Willie. He looks at that kind of stuff very thoroughly. There's Dalton. Economic earnings for industrial companies like chemicals are typically higher than reported earnings. Thank you, Dalton. Dalton's like Darnell when it comes to trading with his by the way, I'm teasing you, Dalton. I love you. You're the best human being ever. I just feel bad because you see stuff that I don't see, and I literally get like my head hurts just even trying to think about it. That's why I just think it's better I just give you X amount of dollars and say you manage it, and I'm going to give you a percentage of the profits. Is crying acceptable only in funerals and at the Grand Canyon?
I don't get that one.
I cry. I mean, I cry at weddings. I cried at my brother's wedding. Did you go to Mikey's actual ceremony?
Where was it?
St. Mary's Church, I think it was.
No. I don't like those things.
Yeah, they're stupid.
Exactly.
Are you coming to my ceremony?
I guess.
What's the 50% is the discount, depending on where you're at, but it's 50% the discount. Wait, there's a commercial in our live streams?
Probably.
For Rizzle? YouTube does commercials in our live streams? YouTube does commercials in our live streams?
Yeah, they'll do it.
Oh, wow. Oh, got it. If you don't hold it, you don't own it. Gold, silver. Oh. Jim, did you tell me where you're from? Did he mention that when I asked? Where is everybody from? I'd like to hear that.
Why is everybody just saying yes?
Because I asked, do they do commercials in? Remember, we're a 16-second delay between.
Gotcha.
When you guys see something here, it's 16 seconds after we said it. I bought gold coins below 1,800 and silver coins. I also bought some individual miners. I love precious metals. Oh, Fabian, you and Dalton could probably get along very well. Crystal River, Florida. Oh, that's interesting.
I heard it's unbelievably hot down there right now.
Romania. Memphis, Tennessee, baby. Hey, are you from Memphis? Because you're only 10 I see. Oh, God. California, Hans. I knew that. UK, I'm going to London here in August. North Carolina. Turkey. I'm going to Turkey for my honeymoon. Well, it's one of the stops in my honeymoon. Boston. Cheeto, how do you like Boston? Jim Simmons is dead. Jim Simons died.
He gone.
Philippines, Netherlands, Milwaukee. Oh, Zach, of course. I know you're from Milwaukee. Northfield Center. Where's Northfield Center? Is that Northfield here? Iceland.
Korea.
Oh, Iceland. That's got to be beautiful. Toronto. Oh, Shaheen, did you see Drake's mansion? Did you see what happened to Drake's mansion in Toronto? Got flooded.
What?
Go look at it. He's got like water, like literally, when I say flooded, I mean like water like this, like 1 foot deep in his house. Brad, yes.
Oh,
Tokyo. Did what's his name move to Tokyo yet?
He's not Tokyo. He's some other town.
Oh, really? I thought it was Tokyo. Okay. Brad, Texas. I just got into contract on 2 houses in Texas. Kuwait. Oh, you're my neighbor. I'm from Iraq. I'm from Mosul. Los Angeles, but from Sri Lanka. Wow. Wow, value seeker. $300 an ounce.
Wow.
Holy cow. What's the best small cap ETF to buy? My guess would be anything Vanguard is selling. Boston. Lyle, do you like Boston? I have a friend of mine from Boston coming in to visit me this weekend. Is it time to buy REITs, thinking in growth and dividend? Oh, New Jersey. Walter, that's where our our guy Nick here is from. He's from Jersey.
Jersey.
What slummy town from New Jersey are you from?
Better question.
Paramus.
Pork roll or
Pork
Taylor
roll.
ham?
What was that?
That's the better question. Pork roll or Taylor ham for anyone
What the hell is
from Jersey.
pork roll or Taylor ham? What? I didn't even know what these things are.
The best part about
Why
New
don't we have a
Jersey-
microphone for Nick? Nick, grab the
It's here.
microphone.
Best
Mo,
part about
Nick,
New
you're not on the
Jersey-
camera.
Pork roll or Taylor ham?
I have no idea.
Portugal. Wow, 2 people from Tokyo. That's
Best-
incredible.
Best part about New Jersey is you don't have to pump your own gas.
So in the wintertime, that's the best part. I
Best
actually like
part of
getting,
the summer too.
I actually like getting out of the car in
I
the
hate
summer. Really?
I hate it. I hate pumping gas.
Really?
Yeah. I just absolutely hate it.
It's a really weird thing to hate.
It is. I hate it. I hate it.
Garwood, New Jersey. You know who Garwood is?
What is pork roll?
Nigeria?
All right, let me Google this. Oh
I
my
think this
God
is
knows
making
what's
it
gonna
up
come
here. Pork rolls and pork ham. What was the other thing?
Taylor ham.
Or Taylor ham?
Okay, so Nick, can you please explain to me what pork roll versus
this
Taylor
is
ham is?
disgusting.
There is no such thing as a pork roll. That's what it is. It's basically Canadian bacon that they
That's
sell in New
nasty.
Jersey, and there's a big fight over the name of it, and it's basically Canadian bacon.
Did you Google it?
Yeah, it
It's
looks
Taylor
like
ham.
it looks
And honestly,
disgusting.
just order bacon instead. You don't need it.
But isn't Canadian bacon ham?
It's Taylor ham.
Who's on first?
Who's on first?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. I have no idea what's going on here. Dos banditos. I'm Christian. Mosul is very diverse. Is it? Yeah, I'm Chaldean, Assyrian. Are you really from Iraq? Yeah. So I was born in Mosul on July 5th, 1981. Thank you for everybody who forgot my birthday, jerks. Then, at EM Paul G, by the way, is my Twitter. So next year you can wish me a happy birthday. Then when I was like 6 or 7 weeks old, we moved to England for 3 years with the intention of going back to Iraq. Then we took a vacation to the U.S., applied for political asylum, and that was on June 15th, 1984. 5 years later, Mikey was born.
Oh, it's-
Oh, Portugal again. Yeah, I really am from Iraq. Isn't that incredible? I'm as Americanized as it gets. It's funny. My cousins are all like born here in the U.S. and or Canada or no, actually, my cousin Yusuf was born in Romania when they were trying to come to the U.S., but they went to Canada instead. And I am the most Americanized out of all of them.
yeah.
So Americanized.
I've only met Yusuf, but
You haven't met the other shitty ones?
I don't think so.
Oh, that's too bad.
I mean, I may have said hello at the wedding. but
No, I don't think they were.
then-
I don't think they
then no, I've
came.
never met him.
Stella was there. Yusuf was there. Philip was there. He's a good guy. He just got married this past weekend in Canada again. And then the other ones are the a-holes in California. I really hope they see that. We should start a sports betting channel. Hey, Zach, how about I just take your bets on the side and I'll be your bookie? How about that?
Mm-hmm.
Felipe, if you believe in dollar cost averaging, everything is really expensive, but that's the point of dollar cost averaging. Every month you add more and more, and over long periods of time, you don't bet. It's been expensive for a long time, and it keeps going up, and evaluations keep going up, and all these things. So I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, my cousin that I like is in my community. It's Yusuf. Oh, thanks, Dave. I appreciate that. Good morning to you too. I'm glad you love it. Why'd you apply for political asylum? That was Hans. I really thought that was a legitimate question. F you, Hans. That's funny. Siva, do you think so? That's funny. That's good. I know that our good friend Warren Buffett loves Japan for investing. So I'm really interested to see what's going to happen to the world demographically. The slowdown, I mean, we never had a population issue. Now there's slowdowns like Tokyo in Japan, China. You did a parlay on a WNBA game.
Is the WNBA like still a thing?
Yeah,
Or
it's
did
actually
that-
way
or-
more popular now. By the way, I haven't done DraftKings in a while. Let's see how much money I have in my
10
DraftKings
viewers to
account.
20.
You know what the funny part is? I'm worth how much money? You know how much do I bet on DraftKings every bet?
$1.
$1 in every bet. Yeah. Nick's addicted. Are you guys gonna talk about this? Hey, listen, ask about the stock market. We've been talking about stock market for the first 30 minutes.
What stocks do you guys want to look
this
at?
by the way, this live stream's about getting to know us too. Like we're real human beings here. We're not trying to be these. I don't mean that. By the way, I'm glad you brought that up, and ask any question you want. But the other thing is, I want people to realize like we aren't just these like robots who sit here. We have families, and we have the same issues everybody in the world has with family. And yeah, that's that. If you get out of Tokyo. Oh, Philippines has a population growth issue. Interesting. For the record, Hans, I agree with you. Saddam Hussein, best mustache. No, I think in the world. But the guy just looked like he wanted a hug. Did he not? He just needed a hug, and he would have stopped killing a bunch of people. Why is my comment censored? What comment?
I didn't see it. Maybe it was censored. I don't know. I mean, we would see it even if it was censored.
Yeah, we would see it no matter what. I don't see any comment from you. How low can PayPal go? No idea, Oleg. All I know is my personal opinion is I like PayPal, and as it goes lower, I will probably acquire more shares. But it all depends on where you stand on that. Let's see where the NASDAQ is right now. Oh, it's rebounding a little bit, 2.12%. Canadian Rail. CNR. Let's see what CNR looks like. Canadian National Railway. This one. Year to date even. 5-year up 38%, 2% dividend yield, eats up $2 billion of their free cash flow. $33 billion. Okay, a lot of debt, but that could be, I have to understand the debt level there. Look at this. Gross margin of 42%, bottom line of 30 to 33%, Mo.
Jeez.
What is this? This is Canadian Rail. That's wow. So guys, the difference between gross margin and profit margin are your overhead costs and your taxes and every operating. That is a huge profit margin to gross margin. That's incredible. Look at this return on invested capital, 16% over the last 5 years, 45% last year. This is interesting. Oh, look at this though. Free cash flow is way lower than net income. So that's one thing I'm not a huge fan of, but you got to understand why that is. Are they investing a lot still? You got to understand that. Financials, cash flow statement. It's a very capital intensive business, it looks like. Find out if it's maintenance cash flow, capital expenditures or growth capital expenditures. Abdul Wahab, I don't really look at the presidents and who's going to be there to make my decision in investing. That's my opinion. I think there's so many other things to look at. Could it matter? I'm sure it does. Oh, Hertz. Oh boy. Hertz to me is I don't want to get involved with a bankrupt company, a company that's, I don't just want to get involved with that. For me. Vitor, about your meta question. He's up 180%. First off, awesome job. Secondly, would you take profit or let it go down? Evaluate the company. Are there other options for the cash? I wouldn't get in and out of a company waiting for it to fall. With that said, it could very well fall a lot, and you might regret this. But there's a reason why Fidelity did their study, and they found that the accounts that did the best were the ones that lost their logins because people don't touch their investments, and they do better for that reason. Paul, which two ETFs would you recommend? I actually like the idea of a combination of SPY or VOO and then QQQ when prices make sense. Like guys, if the NASDAQ pulls back significantly, the NASDAQ's where you're going to get a lot of growth. If you look at the NASDAQ QQQ from if you dollar cost average back in 2001, 2002, 2003, you absolutely killed it because those companies have high returns on invested capital, high margin, and they're able to really grow their profit instead of having to guess on which ones. That's something I definitely will be doing in the future. I will definitely be buying QQQ as an ETF in the future. What are you guys laughing about? Why'd you delete that?
Because it was like, he's just spamming. He just goes, chill out. And the guy responds, okay. I respect that.
What's Ben? Let me look at Ben. Franklin Resources. What's Franklin Resources?
Oh, we looked at that recently.
Did we?
Weren't they like a asset manager or something?
Yeah, you're right. Did we look at them recently?
I think we did. And
Was it exclusive content?
Yeah, and I think we
Was it?
kind of liked it or something.
Well, then hey, we did it in exclusive content. Join our community.
Let me just double check.
Hype, join our community. Go to everythingmoney.com/sign up. Join the community. It's $7 for 7 days. Watch the exclusive content on Ben. Oh, that's why Franklin Resources. Ben is the Ben Franklin. Got it.
Nailed it.
Walmart Plus or Amazon Prime. Doesn't matter to me. Whichever one gets me the product fastest and cheapest. Burberry. I do like Burberry as a brand. Do you? Remember when we went to the Burberry store looking for Merces for you?
Yeah.
Because you were so jealous of my Merce?
Yeah.
Did you ever buy a Merce?
No.
I wear a Merce, guys.
I won't use it. I just won't.
Hello,
think
Michael.
About Bayer? I don't know. I don't really have an opinion. Walmart Plus or Amazon Prime? I really love Walmart Plus.
Do you?
I think it's fantastic.
Why is that?
Because there's a lot of times they're cheaper than Amazon and they deliver same day also.
Do they really?
Mm-hmm.
To your door?
Yeah.
Same day?
Mm-hmm. In a Walmart bag, not in a box, like in a Walmart bag.
Really?
Like somebody goes to the store, picks it up, and brings it to you.
I've never ordered anything off
It's
Walmart
awesome.
Plus.
It's like $12 a month. It's great.
So it's more expensive than Amazon.
Yeah. I get it through my Amex though.
So is it free?
Free for me. Somebody's paying for it.
Well, keep up the trade videos and your Insta. Love the content. That's great, Sanjeev. Thank you. I'm going to look at Main Street Capital. Main Street. Let's see what they do.
Han said, you know, it must have been bad for Mo to delete it. Mo doesn't delete my comments. Oh, Brookfield.
Okay. So negative cash flow. This is probably the too hard pile for me.
Amazon Prime comes with Grubhub Plus? Really?
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah. So it's
do I
funny.
do
I
that?
was a member of Grubhub Plus, and now I get it for free.
So I just go to Grubhub and log in or something?
So yeah, it's something like you have to attach the account. You have to go to Grubhub and like attach the account or something.
Okay, I'll do that now.
Why don't you just Google how do I attach my Grubhub to my
I'll
Amazon?
just click around. These are idiot proof.
Are they?
Yeah.
Okay. What
I
time?
have used Walmart delivery. Yeah, it's free over $35. Okay, so do you tip with Walmart Plus? Great question.
Wait, does Amazon tip?
No. So I Googled, because it always puts on there for Walmart Plus, do you want to add a tip? And I was like, a tip. So I started Googling it. Those drivers make like $18 to $25 an hour.
Okay.
And I was like, what am I tipping you for? It's your job.
So that's the argument that's made a lot of times for a lot of things.
But if it's like,
Here's the thing I don't
Grubhub
like.
or something, they're not.
But here's
That's
what I don't
different.
like. Even with Grubhub, I don't like giving a tip before I've gotten the product.
I agree.
Because
I
what if
always
they
wait. I always
Well,
wait.
how do you wait?
Oh, it gives you the option on there.
Does it?
Yeah. You could do it. You can adjust it afterwards. I always put 0. And then, like, if it comes in, it's a disaster, then
So wait a second. They're not going to like not deliver it to you?
no. It gives you the option to wait.
So somebody will still get the order and be fine with it?
It's like Uber. You don't have to tip right away. But
No,
can
you
go-
never tip right away.
And then you can go in later and like I can go into an Uber ride right now
Mother
and tip somebody.
F.
Yeah.
Here, this entire time, I get very generous tips on
Yeah.
Grubhub, and then it comes in like, and the driver's a moron, and they're like, "What? I didn't get this." Like, and I'm just like, "What did we do? What did I tip you 35% for?
Yeah.
Like, this is stupid."
No, you can always wait.
Oh man.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you like the trade?
Oh,
good.
Lyle, for real. I wish I could be your friends in real life. We are literally the worst friends to have, and here's why. All we do is talk shit to each other. I spend all day just telling Mo what a shitty friend he is. And he's not. He's a great friend. But it's just fun. Like, I'll be like, hey, you want to go to lunch? No, I got this. I'm like, I fucking hate you. I hope you die. You're a terrible friend.
Every relationship that we have is basically abusive.
Oh, God, that's funny.
Sarcasm.
That's funny.
I don't know if that one's sarcasm.
Yeah, we are very abusive to each other.
Like our buddy Kevin. So he's sick today. He sent us a
Wait.
picture laying in bed.
Oh, Big Shot says he never gets sick.
So he goes, I never get sick. I never get sick. We just abused him in the chat today about how he's like, I'm not sick. I'm not sick. I'm like, you look awful. And he wears one of these whoops. His restorative score was a 1%. It had a skull and crossbones on it.
No, it didn't.
Yes, it did.
So, guys, I have a PR person now. And last week, 2 weeks ago, I got I got a full like Market Watch or Yahoo Finance article written about me. But I cringed. I didn't know this was happening. My PR person sent me the article and it said I was a self-made millionaire. I'm like, I'm not a self-made millionaire. My brother had it posted on our LinkedIn and I was like, oh no. And the amount of shit I got from this group of friends, rightly so, I was just like, oh no, I can't believe this. Like I was so upset. I wrote text to, and it was fine, but I don't like it when people say I'm self-made because they don't know the story. And I hate making that comment because I've seen very wealthy people who inherited money say they're self-made. What's his name? Donald Trump said that. When you're asking about prenups, it's like, I built this empire on my own. Nobody helped me. I'm like, bro, your dad was worth $180 million when he died. Shut up. Like, but either way, the amount of shit I got in by these guys, it was incredible. Rightly so, by the way. It was just funny. But Big Shot Kevin got sick.
He got sick.
Matt, I don't go out with Mo. We go get lunch. That's it. All I want to do is get food.
Go out? Like
God's the clubs?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't do that. It's too loud.
My abuse comes from boring the shit out of you guys, jokes on you. It's been a joke the entire time. LOL. Oh, thanks you very much, Henry. I appreciate that. That's the thing. We want it to be like more of a channel about like our personalities. Listen, I'm not saying I'm David Portnoy, but I really feel like we need to become like a bar stool of money.
I love when there's a problem in their company and he just goes live. He's like, let's air it out.
Does he really? Say, what was the deal? He almost died or something like that? He got lost at sea?
He said he got lost at sea. Captain Dave. He had his captain hat on. He's like, it was almost over.
Amog, I have no idea there's going to be a correction. I have no idea what's going to happen. Election, no idea. My personal opinion is I don't care. What's this ETF? SCHG. Is it growth?
11 in Miami. You wouldn't catch me dead in 11.
What's an 11?
That's that sports, or not sport. That's that like crazy bar in Miami.
I did once in Miami outside of a 7-Eleven pee in our car.
It's true, right in the bottle.
Well, yeah,
we were like we weren't on Ocean
It wasn't
Avenue.
It wasn't a good neighborhood.
It was a bad area. It was like on the other side of Ocean Avenue, and Paul's like, I gotta pee. So he just goes in the car and pees.
Well, I wanted to go to 7-Eleven. They're like, yeah, we don't have bathrooms for you. So I was like, okay. I was like, give me a bottle.
7-Eleven.
Yeah, it was sketchy. Jim, I never okayed that article to be setting out a self-made millionaire. It was funny because even my PR person was like, Paul, I'm really sorry. I was just like, that's okay, but we can't be saying that kind of stuff because it's not true. And by the way, I'm not ashamed that I'm not a self-made millionaire. I don't think anybody in the world would turn down what I was given. But not many people could do what I've done with that money. So that's the difference. Like even with Mo. Dab on your dad with a football bat.
Why do you keep posting that? What does that mean?
Oh, financial.
Yeah,
you
if you
can't
explained what it was, maybe we would find it funny.
Oh, stonks, bro. I'm short NVIDIA, by the way. Too soon, bro. Too soon for me. Too soon for me. I'll tell you what. I'm being honest with you guys. If that had been the start of my career, I probably would have stopped doing stocks completely. But luckily, I had decades of success in investing in stocks, real estate, and businesses where I was just like, okay, it sucked, but I was like, whatever, move on. It was more agonizing for me because of my brother. All right, what time is it? 1 more minute, guys. Donald Trump arrives at hospital after assassination attempt in chaotic scene. This is on TMZ.
I think you should refresh.
Yeah, this is literally written minutes ago. Oh, wow. They have the video on X. Oh, shit.
Currently at the hospital with Karen. President Trump was just shot supposedly in the head.
Supposedly.
And they just rushed him here.
I love that. Supposedly. Hi, guys. Great content. Have you changed your minds on crypto? No. Guys, crypto right now to me is not an investable asset. That's just it. Just like I don't believe gold for me is an investable asset, but I can make money off of companies that make money off of gold. But crypto in the way it exists today and how it's operated today, I don't see the investable asset. That's just my opinion. Now, all the people who disagree with me, people who tend to disagree with me are not really investors. I don't see them buying good companies at good prices, but that's just me. Wow, this is incredible. All right, guys. We're all set here.
You saved me from Neo. You're welcome.
Well, we didn't save you from Neo Chesil. We just gave you our opinion on Neo, and you made a determination on your own, which I very much respect. And it could have gone the other way. But over long periods of time, if you apply a good process to investing, you are going to be wrong, you're going to be right, but overall, you'll probably do pretty well. Thank you very much for your time, guys. I appreciate it. Join our community.
See ya.